this week's episode of Chasing the Whimsy. I'm Ben with host,
special interim co-host Megan.
Oh my gosh. What's funny is when I use the other Riverside, when Sophie's talking while the music's going, it gives me the subtitles. Like you can't hear her, but it picks her up enough that it was like
Teeny Pigs. I don't know how the Teeny Pigs
what
theme song even goes.
I have no idea. All right, so we got confirmation that we are doing panels Friday at 1:30, Sunday at 1:30. And then we also got confirmation that Ming Chen is going to be at Fan Fusion, which is actually kind of cool.
Yeah. I've never met Ming Chen now, so.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, you kind of helped me find the beats a little bit for our panel.
Right. And
I went ahead and I put together like a PowerPoint presentation, basically, of what it's the first draft. So I'm going to run it through with you, what you think is good, what's too much pandering or not enough pandering.
I'm going to be vicious about pandering.
Because, okay.
No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
It's going to be so good. You're gonna, like, part of it, you might get to a point where you're like, oh yeah, you need to keep that in. So we'll see. So I got two presentations, podcasting as a superpower and podcasting on a budget.
Right.
So I think I got slightly distracted at some point somewhere. So that's why you're here.
Okay. We're going to bring it back on course.
We're going to bring it back on track. There's a couple of places that I think will be, I make sure that I put places for us to interact.
I was just about to say that.
So I want to make sure, I figure we would bring the hand sanitizer we got for Christmas, some of the pens. I have the wooden tokens. So I figure, ask some questions, hand out some stuff. Maybe we'll see. Yeah.
I mean that everybody likes free stuff,
right?
Everybody.
And then I think somewhere towards the end, when the end, I think I still need to put together. But this whole idea where I'm pleading, like sign up for the Patreon, and then it's like, hey, anybody who like, because I have the Pixes, right? So I'm gonna be like, hey, man, 5 people who are willing to commit to taking pictures with Pix all weekend. Raise your hand. I'll give you guys a free pics and just start hanging out.
That'd be so cool to have pictures with pics, dude, at Fan Fusion.
Like
it could be so creative.
I want to get. I don't have time, but I have a couple of bigger ones where I just want people like holding them, like when they're taking pictures with like a Skywalker.
Oh my god, no! They're not gonna ruin their picture with me. They paid that picture.
They paid $210. And they're just like smiles.
Have you seen my nose? Oh my god!
I think it would be genius. Okay,
well, maybe we can do. Here's the thing: we get there early, right? We get some fishing line, and we can do like Pix photo bombs over the rafters,
right?
Right.
When people take pictures and start throwing them through,
just lower them down from the rafters. Fishing line.
Oh man!
Then you get 2 pictures because we ruined one of them.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's honestly genius. We're helping you.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so here is. Let's get rid of this one. I turned up the sound. I'll turn it on a couple of points just so people listening isn't just listening to 10 minutes of just dead air. But the first panel we're doing on Friday is podcasting as a superpower.
Right.
So I figure there's an AV guy there. So he says I just need to bring the computer. They have the projector.
Are we going to play the intro music?
Yeah, that's right there.
Good.
I got the intro music right there. And I even redid it.
We're going to shout out to J Sarge.
Oh, 100%. So I even went as far as it's the same theme, right? But welcome to Phoenix Fan Fusion. So the music is playing then, right? And then your host, Ben and Megan, so I updated it.
Right.
So we got you on there.
I would love if it just said Ben and Liam.
Right. Well, because the original one does.
And I'll be like, yeah,
Yeah. And then let's have some fun, enjoy the show. All right, so he's going to lead off with the first slide. Welcome to Fan Fusion. Chasing the Whimsy welcomes you guys to Fan Fusion.
Yeah.
Nice, simple, and easy. These are 5-second slides, so bear with me. Again, just reintroducing. Hey, my name is Ben, Megan.
Liam's in here in spirit.
How you guys all doing? I even have Liam's name on it because he is part of the podcast, but we'll just explain why he's not there.
Right.
Right. So we give him some props. Like,
he doesn't love us. There you go.
So now at the end of the intro, I am trying to. I've been playing it off in my head. What is my intro? Because it's always hello and welcome to this week's episode of, but it's not what episode of. So I'm trying to think of like hello, like basically like here's the pandering, right? Hello, Phoenix. I'm your host, Ben.
Hello, Fan Fusion.
Well, because it's it's like the cheapest clap in hurrahs is when you call out the city you're in.
Right.
Hello, Chicago. All right. So, hey, we got a slide. Ben and Megan. Liam is part of the podcast. He's off wrestling. He's he's not here today. And then next, okay, here's where I want to. This is on both of them. Ming Chen is going to be at the con.
Right.
Okay. So part of me is we're now 8 seconds into the show.
8 seconds in.
Hey, everybody. Host Ben, Megan, Liam's not here. Before we get started, here's a little something from a friend of mine.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ming Chen, podcaster, podcast studio owner, and huge Chasing the Whimsy fan. Happy 100th episode, guys. I'm so happy for you guys. I guess I'm going to take credit for getting you guys started. You guys took a class, and I ran you through a lot of philosophy and basics, but you guys totally grabbed the ball and won many championships with it. Most podcasts don't go past 10 episodes. You guys hit 100, and you guys hit it with dedication, with heart, with great content, and I'm one of your biggest fans for many, many reasons. But 100 is a huge milestone, and hitting 100 is better than the few I have behind me. I'm currently in Florida, in Pensacola. Hitting 100 is, beyond icing on the cake. It's the entire bakery. It's it's one of the most amazing feats I think any of us can achieve, because we did it ourselves. We did it on our own. We took the initiative.
Oh yeah, you piggybacking a little bit.
Well, not me. I didn't do anything. You guys took the initiative, and you guys created something very, very special, something that a lot of people are enjoying. And here's to 100 more, 200 more, 1,000 more. I can't wait. But Chasing the Whimsy, my friends, I can't wait to see where you guys go next. I love running into you guys at events. Hopefully I can make it down to the Phoenix area to hang out with you guys. I'm working on it. But here's to many more. I'm always a forever guest. Anytime you guys need me, I'll pop on with you guys. Chasing the Whimsy. This is Ming Chen saying happy 100th episode anniversary.
Now he says he's at the con. I figure like a nice 2-minute add some validity to us, right?
Right.
Like I couldn't find places to cut it anywhere. But I thought it was a nice little. I asked him, I'm like, hey, do you think you can record a new one for me? But yeah. He didn't really seem too up for it. But yeah, I think that one I pander a little bit, but I like the idea of a Ming Chen testimonial.
Right.
He's at the con. He meant obviously I'll make sure I preface.
We know what we're talking about because we went through with Ming Chen, learned about podcasting.
I'm a random nobody. I have a superpower that I meet random celebrity.
Right. And then we've had a lot of celebrities in the podcast at this point.
All right. So we play that. Boom. We got some crowd work. I don't know if this is like too obvious to be on a slide, so I don't know. But this is the next one is gonna be like, do we have any podcasters? See if anybody's out there. And then there's probably not as many.
Okay, yeah, but if there are podcasters out there, do we ask them to say what their podcast
Yeah.
is, or
let's give them some props.
just like shout out to your podcast?
Yeah.
One like 10-second bite of what it is.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we talk about comic books. We talk about,
Yeah.
the transportation industry, whatever.
Megan of the Rings.
Right.
You were like, I just break down page by page, book by book.
So here's the title page,
and then that way we're relating to others, right? And then people are like, oh, it's, and then hopefully it's like the idea of like people are like, oh, there's 3 other podcasters. It's not. I guess that's hard to do. And then you throw out the idea of like who's thought of doing a podcast, and then obviously everybody raises their hand because everybody wants to do a podcast,
right? And then also, why would you be there at the podcasting panel if you never thought about it?
So we identify fellow podcasters, because part of that too is we can identify them and be like, hey, at the end of the show, come see me, man. I'd love to be on your show, or I'd love to have you on our show. Right. And then now we're cross promoting, or networking. And then we ask, hey, all you little kids, all you parents, have you guys thought about doing a podcast? Moms are like, yeah, I've been thinking about doing a mom podcast. Kids are like, I'd love to do a podcast, right? Like JJ and Liam were. So a bunch of little kids raise their hand, and then naturally it leads into, what would your podcast be about? So, hey, little kid, what would your podcast be about?
Right.
Hey, mom, what would your podcast be about? And then, hit a bunch of people, figure out what they're looking for. Hopefully we're looking for like kids like, oh, I want to talk about Minecraft, or I love cats, I love drawing. Parents are like, I want to do a mommy podcast, or dads are like, yeah, I mean, the boys thought about doing like a single father's podcast, whatever.
Right.
But I figure we hit a handful of those, hang out there in for a couple of minutes. And then the 5 or 6 people we asked, and then so we'll call it like 24 hands go up. Who's thought about doing a podcast? Like 25 people. We hit a couple of people. What would it be about? And then the question is like, how come you haven't done it?
Right. Like what's the barrier?
Yeah. Like what's?
Are you shy? Are you worried about the cost?
Right. Right. And it's kind of like, and then we get some more feedback through. They're like, I just don't know how to do it. Fantastic. Or I think my idea is stupid. No, I'd listen to your shit, which I think is. So we ask the handful of people what your podcast would be about. And then we get everybody else in the room be like, hey, little Johnny down here wants to do a Minecraft. Who would watch or listen to little Johnny's? And then now little Johnny's like, ooh, like 20 people are saying yes.
Just in this room,
right.
20 people are saying yes. Right. And then that means,
there's still 50,000 people out there.
And in the whole world, the
right.
internet is crazy.
Right. So the idea is kind of just planting it that says, you want to know what kind of superpower you can get from podcasting. You're like, well, they still haven't said what or how. Do you just this next section is, so we've identified podcasters who wants to be a podcaster, what kind of content that they're looking to do.
So are we filling 30 minutes or an hour? Hour.
Holy fuck, I hope it's an hour.
Oh my God. Hold on.
I think they're hours. Oh. But I think they're hours. Hour long is pretty long though, isn't it? No, because we're gonna do some Q&A stuff at the end. We're gonna do some trivia, and I figure we play Whimsy Gauntlet.
Love the Gauntlet.
Yeah. Here, you can have an unpainted token.
I'll paint them beforehand.
Okay. I'm pretty sure they're hours.
just can't tell if these are panels or.
Wait, hold on. I 100% think they're hours because I remember the invoice was AJ. All right, where's the proposal? Hey, yeah, this is riveting.
I was gonna say we should probably cut this part. Okay, so it looks like a lot of them are an hour.
Perfect. Okay, I figured give me a couple minutes to set up, and then we'll clear out pretty quick. But to be fair, so far this presentation is only 10 minutes, but I figure
plus people interact,
right.
Plus people.
So right now
we need to make sure we have at least an hour worth of like our own talking in case nobody says anything.
Right?
Shy.
Like, hey, I guess it's kind of like school. I'll be like, well, I guess I got nothing else. I guess I get you guys out 10 minutes early. So we've identified that there's an interest in podcasting, but why do they want to listen to us? So I thought about doing like, hey, here's a brief history of Chasing the Whimsy. We've been doing it for 115 episodes.
We're really like cutting into that next 100 stack of episodes.
Yeah.
It was like 100 episodes took like 2 years. And now we're at 115.
So this would be, maybe I should play this.
How did you get this number? And he goes, oh, I called the Airport Plaza.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the longest bit. This is a 5-minute video of the history of Chasing the Whimsy. So
I don't think it should be 5 minutes.
I know,
of uninterrupted video.
We're going to listen to it. We're going to trim it. But I want you to see the concept I'm looking for.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I mean, this guy was a mega fan. I mean, he's calling every number that he can get. He was that worried about not making it to the general store.
He kind of deserves it. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck, man? So, yeah, got doxxed by Airport Plaza.
Hello, everybody. What's up? What's up? Chasing the Whimsy. Nothing. This is a red letter day, my friends. I guided you through the world of podcasting in a class in, I believe, late June.
Yep.
And look at you guys now. I couldn't be prouder. I couldn't be happier. And I'm honored to be on the 37th episode.
To me, that's there are times when Walt, he gets stopped at the border. He doesn't want to admit that he's a podcaster, but it's like I say, like, hey, if you're able to podcast for a living, you're able to pay your bills doing it. That's pretty good,
right?
Then you don't have to go get a job that you don't want to do.
Right.
That's one of the other reasons, going back like 10 minutes ago, about why we started it, is because I wanted to know more about this family, because like you said, I don't live near here, like,
right,
at all. So like I've never actually, like, I've heard all the stories about my mom, and stepdad, and then like you hooked me with like a couple stories, and I'm like, I want to know more.
Oh man, I remember that story.
No, great voice.
Crazy.
So I am tipping the scales at 52 years old.
Holy cow.
You didn't know he was 52?
I had no idea he was 52. I thought he was like 44, 45.
Yeah,
What is he doing over there?
I'm a late model with low mileage.
Oh, very
That's
cool.
what I like to say.
Oh, 52. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I was at school, and I decided to just grab scissors and cut my hair during class. And then
serial killer
It
stuff,
was an
dude.
uneven job. The job was uneven.
And then he was talking to me, and he was like,
So he gets the phone call that you need to come get your kid.
No, I picked him up from school, and he got in the car. And I thought his hair was just messed up. And I'm like, oh, my God.
my excuse was that I was laying my head on a bench, and I think some kid snuck up.
No, he said some girl, like he didn't even admit that it was him that did it. He said like a girl cut it or something. And then we got home and we tried to fix it.
Made it
And
worse.
it slowly, like we, cut a little, and then we tried to fix it. And Katie kind of had it okay, and then
Ended up busting.
I came, and then it ended up just being all gone.
Wait.
Hey, brother.
Hey, brother. That's one of my favorite things that you say.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Sophie.
Dad.
Butter.
Butter.
Mm-hmm.
Butter. And like, okay.
It says on there.
Grandma like the parquet. You guys could Google that one too. Turn this one out if I had to. It was butter that. It was basically like, hey, I'm still butter parquet. Oh man.
It says on here that it's probably uncool.
You guys can Google commercials. Commercials are played in between and picks of television shows. Okay, go ahead.
No, cut. So.
Oh my god, I'm so creepy.
Whimsy.
It's like the idea that we're gonna see this out. People are gonna be like, oh my god, I know that guy. Oh man. All right, it is lengthy, and
Wait, is it longer than
no,
that?
that was it.
Oh, okay.
So it was just a handful of clips. But I figure it the origin story, it had the superpower. You put Lim in front of a microphone and he's telling stories about cutting hair. We talked to stepdad, like we're now bridging families together.
Right.
So we would that previous slide.
So truth is coming out,
Right.
and you're also mending some gaps between people.
Right. And be like, those are, and like, I'm laughing like, hey parents, like I've had the best laughs of my life. Like it's so much fun.
Yeah, because I think it loosens it up a
Yeah.
little bit. It's not like just talking to your parent like, hi, let's talk over the dinner table. It's
Right.
like, hey, we're saying something right now. We're
Right.
telling something.
The Ming Chen quote in there was just because it was from his episode 37, so he's
Right.
pumping up Chasing the Whimsy. The Brian Johnson one was in there because it's Comic-Con, so like people know who Kevin Smith is.
No, I definitely think Brian Johnson
Yeah.
clip is the best.
Right.
I don't know, he's got that gravitas.
Yeah.
You just hear his voice and you're like, damn.
But the only reason it went 5.5 or just over 5 minutes is because of the slideshow in between. Like I wanted the music, and we can totally just play them. I could take out all the music and the pictures if we want, like in theory. But I liked the presentation of like, here's year one story, some pictures that we've seen.
Yeah,
And-
I definitely think the splicing is good. It'd be cool if there was like at the end just like rapid fire pictures of stuff we were doing, like just going really, really fast, like Tuscon.
Okay, so-
Chronicon,
Okay.
pictures of people that we took at Chronicon or Tuscon.
So I can take the pictures. Okay, so the music, Jay Sarge's music in between each clip is 7 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But in theory, we like all of the clips.
Right.
And I don't know if I can trim any of those clips down anywhere.
I think that we can trim.
Ideally, what would you like it to be at?
Ming Chen's
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay. Because we got the testimonial in the beginning.
Yeah, I feel like if you stopped at, I couldn't be prouder.
Boom. Okay.
Boom, because he says he's proud of us. Awesome. Thanks, Ming. Bye, Ming. See you
Okay.
later.
All right. So I can cut like 30 seconds off of his.
Right.
So now we're technically under 5 minutes.
And I would have to listen to the Brian one again to see if there was anything I would cut. I just love
Okay.
listening to him talk.
Right,
to
for
be
sure.
honest.
But I like the idea of those bits to highlight again the celebrity, because we're pandering to these people knew who comic book men are and
Right.
who they are. And then I like the Liam saying, we started podcasting because I want to hear stories.
Right.
Then it was stepdad, and I was cutting my hair. So
Right.
like the idea of like, you put a kid in front of a microphone, you put a parent in front of a microphone.
Yeah, we could probably cut the one where it was his hair, and then we could cut it to like, and then he's saying almost right after, like, then he's saying a girl did it, and then not go all the way to where
mom had to fix it.
Mom had to fix it.
Okay, so just trim that up.
Right, like it's just an example of like a good,
like a tease, like just the idea of like Liam got his hair cut. And and I'm like, what are you doing? You're like,
right.
Like you had to pick up your kid. And he's like, no. And then when he's like, yeah, I blamed it on a girl cut.
Right.
We don't need to hear about the fix.
Yeah. Or David saying like, yeah, he blamed it on a girl. Okay. And then.
Okay. So I can break it down to like 4/2.
Right.
In theory, I can speed up the J-Stars music to like 1.5. So now they're like, instead of 7 seconds, they're like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll play with it a little bit, but noted. I will trim down Ming Chen.
And like barely, because the Ming Chen was good, but maybe not all the way to the end.
Right. And
then the David one was good. I don't know. It's funny if you cut the parquet lap ones when he says whimsy. But like, do we explain first what whimsy means in the podcast? Like,
I don't know, but like I'm. I am super proud of that whole.
No, it was a good one because it shows like really bonding with your kids, and
then we can explain like my mom and my grandma were there, and that's why it was like extra funny because they're laughing with me.
Right.
I'll listen to it and see. But man, that's one of my favorite episodes, dude. Still, like I jumped this shark at episode 2. Okay, so. After that, we'd be like, hey, that's the history of Chasing the Whimsy. And then I figure we kind of like just blast through these things real quick. Just be like, as a superpower, as a podcaster, you get it's. I had friend Sarah Rose. She liked to draw, but she stopped drawing. She made us a comic book. And it was about Ming Chen or Brian Johnson. Oh, you suck. That was for Grandma. Oh, I got right back to where I was. Oh, you suck. Hold on. I don't have a regular mouse. Where you at? That's for Grandma. Grandma always points out when I make a mistake on the live, which I just happened to do just now. Yep, I'm leaving all this in, guys. This is all for you. And I bet you it's further back right here. Yeah. Okay.
What are you looking for?
Getting this back on track. Okay. So yeah, in the 1.5 or in the 2 years we've been doing it, we have an artist. She didn't really want it. She wasn't drawing, but she came out. Look how cool. She's now turning the podcast into a thing. We're on YouTube. We were monetized. We hit the 4,000 subs. Like kind of just showing like what you can do in a short amount of time. Like we got all the family together. Like
is that our Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
And saying like we got 14 people. Like we're bringing people together. And then here talk about the different podcasts. Doing one podcast is fun, but we also do one with teenagers. We got one doing specifically on the other side of my family. We got JJ, who's 9, the Big Yellowstone, and Diary of a Cool Kid.
And they all bring a certain, like a different sort of like feel to the podcast too. There's not, and then it's him again talking about this now.
Right. And then I love JJ's original logo. He's like, I need Thunderbolts. And then he didn't just need so he has one set of Thunderbolts and he's like, nah, I need 2 more on the outside. 2 more more like Harry Potter style Thunderbolts than like a kind of crazy electric show kind. And then you could tell like, he's like, there's some dead space here. I need 1 more right in the middle. Honestly, it's the most authentic thing I've seen in a long time. And I would never change it. It's cool. Like I didn't give him a hard time about it. I'm like, I like the logo. I'm like, it's really is genius. There are no notes on this logo. No. I think you should keep it forever. But I said, a couple of things I said. I'm like, while you're thinking about it, like, could we, like, I don't know how we merchandise this thing. I said, throw it on T-shirts maybe. He ended up coming up with a little
If
bit
you
more.
made this into a T-shirt, I would fucking wear it.
Let's do it. All right, so we'll talk about the different podcasts that we do. That they can. He's storytelling. He's talking about his week, book recommendations. I'm talking to kids, whatever.
I think kid book recommendations is such a cool idea because, you know, an adult can tell you, oh yeah, you know, the Harry Potter series is super cool or whatever it is, but hearing it from another kid, like, wow, I really enjoyed reading this, is like authentic, and it tells you that somebody who is at your same level also enjoyed it,
right?
Because, you know, like, you ever had like your no offense, I know your grandma listens to this. Okay, somebody who's not your grandma, but was like older in your life, who was like, oh yeah, I think you'd really enjoy this series, and they found it in the bookstore and based off the cover, and it was just terrible.
But what's nice is we now highlight the 9-year, because this is where the superpower comes in. It's like a 9-year-old's doing it. He has 2 podcasts.
Yeah,
he's telling, still to this day, his Yellowstone thing is the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's great. It started out absolutely amazing, and it just got better as he got older.
Like, I absolutely loved everything about it. And then the Whimsy with a Z, like, I'm talking to teenagers.
With a Z has turned into one of the best Whimsy projects because it's just so real, and it's so, like, it was interesting in ways I didn't think it would be, if that makes sense.
Like, you it's weird because you need like 6 episodes to kind of, the idea of following each kid, like, you need to go the full season.
Right, because, you want to, like, see the next, like, the progression of each kid.
Because I'm going to do a wrap-up with them this month, and then I'll do 1 episode with my whole experience. The growth from everybody is crazy.
Insane in some cases. Like it's kind of like when I just heard Liam's voice. I was like, is that Liam? You forget how quickly kids progress and how quickly they grow.
And it's like Dean, super, like, very shy, very a lot of his answers were, here's what I think he wants to hear.
Right. Short answers.
Right.
A little bit nervous almost.
And then I think by the 4th episode he was on, he was just like, I went back listening to him. I hated it. He's like, I hated it. and I'm like, at least, like,
you have to look where you're coming from, kid. Like, you should never hate where you were in the past, because you wouldn't have gotten here without it.
Pinky, she had a bunch of cool stuff she came on and did with her mom. And then Alice, I just absolutely, like, she just graduated. Like,
oh my God.
I love the range that we have. So we can say, like, Dean, you're a freshman. Here's what a senior looks like. She's panicking, freaking out. Here's where you can, like, and the advice that they kind of take from each other.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of, hi babe.
Hey Sophie, want to say hi? Say hello.
Hi.
What'd you do today?
Going to sprinkles with my daddy.
Yes, we did.
I got 2 sprinkles out.
You did, yeah.
2 sprinklers.
She's like, I need. What did the sprinklers have?
2 noodles.
The noodles.
Yeah,
spraying all over the place.
Yeah. Even I got the straight one that had the straight one, and the long noodles that were this tiny.
Yes.
Yeah, and one circle one that has tiny noodles on top that were actually on top of a mountain.
Yep.
Whoa.
That was fun, huh?
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Come here.
She's the coolest thing.
Good night, Auntie.
Good night.
I'm gonna point out.
But I don't have to go. I didn't go potty when I brushed my teeth.
Okay.
Because I just went potty before I even went into my bath.
Okay, I think that's all right.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
All right. Then we got some pictures of ChooseCon.
Right.
Right. Be like, hey, I hung out with Robert Kurtzman.
Yeah, we did.
like we're bonding, we're hanging out, we're taking pictures.
Weirdly ran into him at the
Yeah.
the bar.
Randomly, but kind of not random. But yeah. And then there's a picture of me at Chronic Con. Kind of just showing people, oh, this one is like, hey, we're giving back to the community. We donated some money to help out the school.
Right.
You know, as a superpower, you're a superhero. Sometimes you got to help out the less fortunate. You got to, you know, you can use your platform for good.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, man. Slash, I want to hit you up for money on the back end. And then we got some merch. And it's just the idea of like, you start a podcast, you got shit, but you like, you can get shirts made. Some of the stuff in there, like my sister made, were the rocks with pics on them, and it's just
right.
like the superpower is
creativity.
The creativity aspect of like, it's not just a podcast. Now it takes a village. Like you might say, oh, you know, I want to do this, but I'm not very creative. And it's like, dude, we've got Kelly coming up with stuff. We've got Nikki coming up with stuff. Like there's people around you who can help you. Like Sarah draws her comics. Right. If you're not good at something, I swear to God, there's somebody around you who is good at it. Right. And as long as you're passionate about it, you can get them passionate about it. And now you're just building your empire. You know, I keep trying to think of ways to like incorporate superheroes and like fucking the Avengers, but I'm like, all right, I think that's a little too over the top, or too forced if I'm trying to figure it out now.
Yeah, the idea is like that, like your passion is like infectious to other people,
right?
Because you're so into this, and then people are just wanting to be involved and wanting to help. And then you have like the support of your family and your friends, and it helps you actually achieve going to other things.
Right. And because it's like, oh, well, why podcast? Why? Because you never know. Like I got Ming Chen hanging out. We're going to cons. We're talking to Robert Kurtzman. Liam's having a blast telling haircutting stories. He went to with all these cons.
And there's a whole spectrum for us because it's, you know, this is some silly thing that my daughter did yesterday to, we're talking to this like podcasting superpower, like, you know, like Brian Johnson or something. And then the next day it's like, oh yeah, well, parquet labs.
And I love the idea. We've only been doing it for under 2 years technically at this point.
Right.
And it's just like you said, you get people who can be passionate with you. You build that community, you build that village, and like together, like my mom's never been to these cons, but we take her there through the podcast and through the pictures and
she may not be interested in going to a con, but she can get the con experience and
like she will never go to the con, but she likes the idea that we went to a con and wants to know what we did while we were
there. And she likes the idea of the costumes and everything, just not being in a
she's like, I
crowd of people.
She's like, I don't get it if I went, but I get it because you went.
Right. You bring back your experiences.
So at the end of that little slideshow, again, because we're at Comic-Con, I was like, all right, there's a superhero podcaster in all of us. I think I need to take that out. Okay. I was going to take that bottom part out.
Okay.
But then the next video I thought was kind of cute. And I think it plays to most of the crowd. And it would be like a little cutaway of like just ask. He's a podcaster Nolan.
200 miles per hour with a blindfold on. Mama always asking where did I go wrong.
Took you long enough.
What's up, Danger? What's up, Danger?
I see this spark in you. It's amazing. Whatever you.
I'm playing a clip from Into the Spider-Verse, where Miles Morales he just had a conversation with his dad, and he's like, I don't know if I could be Spider-Man, and he kind of goes through the motions of, could I be Spider-Man?
Right.
Choose to do it, then you'll be great.
Our family doesn't run from things.
You're the best of all of us, Mom. You're on your way. keep going.
When do I know I'm Spider-Man?
You won't.
That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith.
Like, what's up, danger? Like, what's up, danger? Like, what's up, danger?
Just like, up the telephone.
Like, what's up, danger?
Made them myself. They fit perfectly.
Can't stop me now. Travel 200 miles, I'm knocking at your door. And I don't really care if you ain't done ball. Come on, what's up, danger? Don't be a stranger. I'm right here, I'm at your door. I won't leave, I want more. What's up, danger? What's up, danger? Cause I like high chances that I might lose. I like it all on the edge just like you. And I like tall buildings, want to leap off of them. I go hard with it no matter how tall. Come on, what's up, danger?
Right? It plays into like the whole thing.
Right.
Aunt May's helping you. He doesn't know if he can or if he's going to be a good podcaster, but you don't know. Like,
Right.
You literally just have to press start and record. And it's like the whole story of Miles Morales and Stan Lee's for years is like anybody can be Spider-Man. That's
Right.
the beauty of Spider-Man. Anybody can be a podcaster.
And there's also additional like icon of like the Spider-Verse, because you've got us talking about, you know, our lives
Right.
and our, but also talking to celebrities and artists.
Right.
And then on the other side of the universe, there's somebody who's talking about remaking every single Campbell's soup on their own with their own recipe.
Right.
And we're the same thing.
Right.
We're the same boat.
Right.
Our podcast is the same as their podcast.
Right.
Is it in the same like space as their podcast? It's on the same, I don't know, platform
Yes. Okay.
as their podcast. So there's room for everybody.
Right. I like it.
If
Yeah.
you think that like your thing is either too niche or too general
Right.
or whatever it is, there's room for you. There's
Right.
there's limitless space on YouTube, on Spotify.
I mean, I'm doing doom scroll videos. Like, you're watching people clicking.
Yeah, watching people clicking.
I would watch somebody crochet a gnome.
Right.
I'd watch people put Legos together.
Or listen to them talk about, you know, their opinions
Right.
about like which Lego set is the best.
Right. Or why this one is the best.
Right.
So,
somebody's going to find your interest and be like, damn, that's exactly what I'm interested in.
Right.
And it's almost like when you find a podcast that's kind of tailored to you, it's like almost talking to a friend.
Right.
You're like, well, this guy likes exactly the same stuff I do.
Right. So, I thought that clip was, I thought it was fitting, especially for
Yeah.
Comic-Con. Like, I just like the idea that he doesn't know if he could be a podcaster. He's just like, I just gotta strap on and just take that leap. I gotta hit record. So all you guys who raised your hand earlier, who's like, I don't know, or, you know, I have these ideas and I don't podcast. Why? Like, why not?
Right.
Like just hit record, try it. Like, you never know. You might, like, hey, if you don't like it, then like the best thing about it is when you first start out, you know, is like, one is super fun. And Parquet Laugh was episode 2.
Yeah.
But like for Miles to get to where he was, he had to practice. He had to stumble. He had to like get it down himself a little bit. But he did do the practice. He did get help. And when he accepted all of that, that's when he was like, I'm doing it. I did it. I'm now a podcaster.
Right. And it's like seeing somebody learning how to snowboard.
Yeah.
And they get up on the board and they fall down. If they were like, well, I'm never doing that again.
Right.
You'd be like, you're an idiot. Just, you need time to learn.
So then I kind of just like, hey, first step is just to press record. And then like ideally that was a good place to stop it, but I want to be like, hey man, if you guys need help, shared universes out there, Whimsy Studios, and this is where I'm gonna be like, hey, on Patreon, like
reach out to us.
Right.
Literally, be on the podcast.
Right.
Hey, listen, if you want us to be your episode 1 and you're just here as a guest,
Right. Well,
go for it.
Then it's gonna be like, hey, on the Patreon right now, there's 6 spots, 3 for Friday, 3 for Sunday. For go on, take a look at it, be part of Whimsy Studios. We're trying to build a network, and sign up, and I'll help produce your 30 minutes twice a month. So I'll produce an hour of or 2 episodes per month for you. I'll help out, get you all set up and started. Like I'll help be that your guide on getting started. And you want to be a podcaster, I'm there with you. Like sign up, you support me, we'll support you. And like, hey, how many of you guys they'll be like, hey, on the back of your guys' postcard there's the Patreon link.
Right.
Sign up for free, man. Like I'm not asking for anything.
Right.
Hit the free, see what we're about.
If you like it, if you become interested, listen, we'll hold the handlebars of the bike for you, and we won't let go until you say you're ready.
Right. Even under the free membership, you can leave comments. We can start I'll answer questions.
Right, a dialogue.
Should I start it? What should I be? What should it be about? So,
does this sound interesting to you?
Right.
Well, we can let you know if it sounds interesting to us. Obviously, we're not always going to be the audience for a podcast, but I think we know what would be interesting to other people as well.
Right. Or any support you need. Like, how do I get this thing set up? And it's like, I like the idea of helping you guys out, and I'm having a blast for 2 years. Right. And the idea that you guys can have a very similar or better experience that I had, I would love nothing more. So sign up for the free. Look at the Whimsy Studios tier level for the Patreon if you're interested in me helping produce. I'm trying to build a brand. I invite you guys to come on, join the network. Let me help build, your show.
Right.
And let's be the Avengers. Okay.
Avengers Assemble. Whimsy. Oh God.
Yeah, but it'd be like, hey, if you want to know how to get started, it's super easy. Hand recorder. JJ did it with a hand recorder. You don't need a bunch of money.
See, a hand recorder, even just recording on your iPhone,
your phone. So
that could work for some episodes. The quality's not bad.
Right. So, and I think we're good there. I'll probably take out shit. We'll see.
So we got 48 minutes right now with just us talking.
Right.
I think it'll be similar to what we're saying there. So, and we got to give time for people to talk too.
Right.
So I think it's timed out pretty well for that.
I don't think it's too bad. We can blow through
we just got to make sure we got to I don't know. I need a breakdown of the slides.
I'll print them out for you. I'll print them out for you next week.
I'm going to put timestamps and be how many per slide,
right?
And see if we're ahead or behind, because it's okay to be it's okay to be behind, but
when you look down and you're on page 7 of 18, you're like, oh my god, we're 6 minutes behind.
Right, literally. Or if we're on page 17 of 18,
right,
and we still got 34 minutes left,
right?
We need to start figuring something out.
We need to start talking to more people. Hey, now that you guys want to be superheroes, who wants to be the next Miles Morales? And we're asking the same 3 slides in the beginning again.
Should we bring candy in addition to our stuff?
I don't know.
I like candy.
I should do. I'm gonna take that slide out and I'm just gonna whimsy that thing.
Yeah.
I don't. I think it's.
We'll mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just press start. Get out there, check out Whimsy Studios, hand recorder, microphone. I don't know everything, but I'm 2 years ahead of where you're at.
Right.
So you've seen everything that we've done. So if you want a fraction of whatever we've accomplished, I can help you get to this.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be Mr. Beast, FYI, Mr. Beast's first 3 years were garbage.
Absolutely almost unwatchable.
Garbage. All right, so that was podcasting as a superpower. Pretty decent?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll clean up a couple places. I'll fix these slides a little bit. But I thought it conveyed everything that we want.
Right.
And our little antidotes would be able to add the superpowerness to it. All right, so this one is much shorter slide because this one I think is I think this one might have some more Q&A.
Right.
And then obviously whatever time we have left on the back end, hey, just hit record. Check out Patreon. Looks like we have 15 minutes left. We like to play a game of Whimsy Gauntlet.
We love the Gauntlet.
Right?
It's a great time filler.
Right? It's just a game. I'll get to know you a little bit. Ask you a question. Boom, boom, boom.
How do we choose who plays the Gauntlet? Is it just like, hey, who wants to come up here and try against the Gauntlet? We'll need to have a lot of Gauntlet questions.
Well,
because we don't want people to anticipate the Gauntlet.
No, but she has the business card. She had those business cards made with with them on there. Where I think depending on the time, like be like, hey, typically it's 7 levels, but let's go ahead and get 3 volunteers. He wants a level 1, level 3, and a level 7, and then we'll have them stand up. I'll read the question and
we'll be like, you know what? We like you guys. We know you don't want level 1 questions. You don't want level 2 questions.
We're going
to start you with 7, level 7.
When you run out of toilet paper in the public bathroom, what do you do?
You pick your nose in your car. Where do you put the boogers?
Oh, I love it. Okay, so this one, same. This one is going to.
Oh, don't get scammed is so important.
I know. All right.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
So Sunday, we have podcasting on a budget. Same opening.
Right.
J Sarge, you got your name on there. We got the slide. Hey, hosts, Ben, Megan, enjoy the show. And okay, so this one is going to have some more. Hey, welcome CTW. Welcome to you guys to Fan Fusion. Again, host, and then literally the same thing. Ming Chen's here again.
You better hope Ming doesn't come to this fucking panel.
Dude, I hope he does, man.
I'll be like, hey, you want to do it live?
Dude, this is. I think it's a 5-minute presentation, and it's 2 minutes of it's Ming. All right, so he's like, good Lord, that's so funny. Yeah, it's mostly him. He's like, hey. All right, here you go. But this one is it's all about budget.
What's happening with his hair, man?
I don't know. It's thinning, and he was in the humidity, maybe. I don't know.
Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah.
With a whole ass bakery, though. So
yeah, we're the whole bakery.
Not just the icing on the cake.
All right. Again, similar to the previous one. Hey, do we have any podcasters? Who wants to podcast?
Perfect.
Right? Get the little Johnny wants to be a podcaster. He's like, I don't know. What would you guys podcast about? So both of them are going to start.
Yeah, just getting a little crowd work information, energy.
I want to know little Jimmy, and I want to know, hey, little Jimmy, you want to do a podcast talking about Fortnite? I'm going to tell you how to get started. We're going to talk about 3 different things today.
Dude,
your recorders and microphones.
Literally sit there and just coach me on all this. I don't know any of the information for this one. I'm going to be like, friends and family are free.
Yes.
Being shameless around famous people is free.
Definitely, you can jump into how easy the setup is. You've seen 3-4 different setups, and
literally, it's become just plug in the microphone, put it in the computer.
Right,
we're done.
We had the other recorders with the microphones and the headsets.
Oh yeah, we should tell them You can do headsets.
You could.
You could do headsets. You could. Well, and you don't need to have like, you ever see like podcasts and they got like the foam on the walls? No, we like to hear.
No,
the
dude, I like the echo.
In the background.
Like, you can put all the foam you want on the thing. You can't stop playing squeaky chair. So I'd be like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and just run over real quick on a budget. If you want a podcast on a budget, we're gonna talk to you about recorders and microphones, hosting sites, and supporting apps. Okay?
Right.
So some recorders and microphones. Okay. This slide might be slightly okay. No, here's what we're going to talk to you about. These 3 things.
Right.
Real quick.
So not jumping into it on that slide. We're just that is boom, boom, boom.
We want a podcast on a budget. We are like indie film of the 90s.
Right.
Right.
And we're organic. We have environmental noises. Right. We've got echo. Right. We've got the fountain in the background at Tuscon.
Right. You don't need big budget stuff to be a podcaster. Kevin Smith back in 92, 93, he made Clerks. And then, hey, does anybody remember how much he spent on Clerks? $27,575. And then it's like
just effing around with his friends.
Right.
Because I believe most of the actors were just like
Walt Flanagan
cohorts basically.
Walt Flanagan played 6 people in that first movie. But Kevin Smith had to work on a budget. Do we know why he did it in black and white? Budgetary reasons. It was cheaper to shoot it in black and white.
Right.
Like Kevin Smith, who's out there, and he was here yesterday because this is Sunday.
Right.
He was here yesterday signing. He has his own con started. He's hanging out with Jason Mewes. He's created this empire.
Got a cruise going.
Right. Like he created an empire because all he knew is he wanted to make a movie. You guys want to make podcasts. You don't need all the money. You don't need the multi-million-dollar. You don't need the high expensive equipment. And then I figured we can ask him like Kevin Smith questions. Why did he do? And then like you said, name 3 people that were friends in it. And he's like, his mom was the milk lady at the end.
See, that's working with what you have.
Right. So it's like, hey.
Which the first, I don't know how many episodes we had was just friends and family.
Yeah. All up into into the 20s. Like the first 3-4 months were just friends and family.
Yeah. And that's free.
Yeah.
Their time is free.
And you're inviting people in so that way people get weird, they get weird about you starting a podcast. They don't know what it is. So you invite them in, show them what you're doing and how fun it is.
Yes. It's help me. It's like the Benjamin Franklin effect. He said you get somebody to help you, then they become invested in you. So instead of you helping them, they help you. You get them to help you on something. They become invested in you now because they helped you.
I just keep thinking of a Huckleberry fan. I'm like, so you're painting my fence? But yeah, so I figure we're gonna go over these 3 things. Kevin Smith was indie. Podcast is the new indie medium,
right?
Because you don't need,
and it's easier than when Kevin Smith was making this movie.
Oh, for sure.
It's way easier because you don't have to spend $27,000 on this. You don't have to spend $1,000 if you don't want to. You could
YouTube or Google, what do I need to do to start a podcast? And you can see all these people who are like, you need all of these lights and you need this computer. You need to be able to have those are the ones that they like. Right. You don't need the $200 camera. You don't need the $200 microphone. You just need.
You may want them because you think it'll make you legitimate, but what makes you legitimate is learning your art first.
Right. I got 2 friends that want to do podcasting, but they haven't started because they don't feel they have the right equipment yet, and they're saving up for the right equipment. I'm like, I'm 200 episodes in, and we spent $300 to get started.
Really?
And to be fair, the equipment that we bought in the beginning, we don't even use anymore.
It's just sitting there. No, it comes out. We have to do a 14-person podcast.
All right. So that's Kevin Smith. Podcasting is the new indie medium. Microphones, recorders, Amazon, digital recorders. You can find the one here is $29. This is the one I use for Mind Pockets today.
Right.
$45. You can even use your phone.
Everybody's got one.
Right?
You can record on it. Trust me.
The phones are probably better than most of these recorders. JJ recorded on this black one. And the idea is that you have to start somewhere. Don't let the budget or the money prevent you from starting. Get your phone.
Work with what you have.
Yes. Ooh, I like it. So you're like, maybe I don't want to use a recorder or my phone. You're like, maybe I want to do it on my computer. All right, let's go ahead and do it on your computer. You can any gaming microphone, $25.
Right.
You can go a little bit fancier. You can go with the Zoom H1. This was a hammer that we used when we were walking the con.
Right.
$100.
Easy to use.
Amazon, you can get the P4, but it's a bundle. So you get the microphone, headsets, and the recorder, $300. But there's a range. You don't need
right. And we do it without headsets.
Right.
The thing is that now
Hey Ben, when's the last time you used this one?
The editing software now makes it so that it's okay to fix things in post.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about adjusting your levels live.
Right. Or if you're using a recorder and you're like the sound quality is don't worry about the sound. It's right now it's about the content. Like you got to put it out there.
And I will say, trust me, you hear the sound quality more than your audience does.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Because Ben will be like, oh, something's going on the live. And he's just like, hold on, guys, let me fix it. I'm like, nobody, you're good? I think you're good, bro.
There's nothing. But we would just quickly talk about like the microphone that we used to record the last 100 episodes, like the last 50 episodes, is a random USB on a Chromebook.
Right.
And it's like, hey, you don't need the H4s. You don't need the H1s. Right. They're nice. 100%. They're nice. But again, you got to work within your means.
Right. And that's later.
Yeah. Let's just get you started.
Have goals later.
Right. You got some birthday money? You want to upgrade? Go for it.
Does moms want to spend money on you for your birthday or Christmas?
Yeah.
Ask her something.
Yeah. Hey, you buy yourself this one. The one Christmas rolls around, you ask for these. And then, so we just talked a little bit about the different recorders. JJ uses them. We've used all of these.
Right.
But the one we default back to is still this one, and I still use the dictaphone for Mind Pockets.
Right.
For 60 episodes on Saturdays, I've been using the same.
Yeah, a little $45 off Amazon.
To be fair, one broke and I had to send it back, and then I just put the broken one back.
Like life hack.
Yep. Do you guys like what kind of equipment do you guys use, or what equipment would you guys like to use? Especially if there are podcasts, and then it's like, hey. If there are other podcasters, hey, I get you guys have your setup. I have my setup. Right. But again, we're trying to do this on a budget. Do you like, and then hopefully, God, I would hope you're like, hey, Steve, you guys do movie reviews. Are you using your original setup, or did you have to build up to that? Hopefully he's like, yeah, we had to build up to that.
Right.
Like, I'm hoping someone's like, yeah, we used to use hand recorders too. But like, oh.
I used to use my iPhone 7.
Right. So after the recorders, it's time to record. So you got the digital recorder, just hit record. If you have the microphone, you guys are like, I don't know, you use your gaming USB StreamYard, 100% free, 20 hours.
Yeah.
20 hours a month. Trust me. You're
It's
not
hard to go 20 hours a month when you're first starting out.
I had to do 2 podcasts and 2 live streams to get to the 20 hours. I was blowing through it because I was also doing Whimsy with Izzy. I have a podcast. I do Whimsy with Izzy. I'll talk to 5 different teenagers every month. So I'm talking to them for 5 of those hours. I got my show for whatever reason I like to do for 5 hours.
Right.
So that's 9. And then I had the 2 live streams. I got to a point where I had to cut live streams short because I was running out of time.
Right.
But it was all free. 4 shows, free. Super easy.
And if you're just doing one show and you're just starting out,
right,
try to fill up 20 hours.
I dare you, please.
Right. It's harder than you think.
Right. Now the 20 hours is good because StreamYard also lets you stream right to Twitch.
Oh, nice.
So maybe you're gaming. So how did I do that? There's a way to do it because the first couple of live streams I did was on Twitch, but you could to stream on Twitch, you have to go through a hosting service, and StreamYard is one of them. So you'd be able to stream. How did I used to do that? Crap. Oh, because I wasn't playing games. I was just streaming the podcast onto Twitch. Okay, that's still fine. But it'd be like, hey, you'd have to work it, but in theory, you could filter 6 hours of gameplay every day. That's how you might get to your 20 hours. But again, still 20 hours free.
Right.
StreamYard's really good. If you're using any of the Zoom products, you might have to Audacity. It's a free program. Download it onto your computer, and it helps you with the editing. So lowering levels, increasing levels. This one is a little bit more hands-on in your editing, but it is 100% free. I use this for the first 100 episodes. I use this one. YouTube, a couple of different tutorials. Podcasting, you got to put some time into it. You got to learn the craft.
Right. You're trading instead of money, your time.
Right. But it's only going to help you get better. Once you understand how some of these things work, as you start podcasting, you're like, when you're hearing it and you're editing it, you're like, oh, that chair does squeak, and I can hear it like crazy.
Right.
The dog is like, you can hear him all day.
Clickiest toenails in the world.
But Audacity is a free program. And technically, you can record straight onto Audacity. So if you don't want to use StreamYard, you just plug in your microphone, open Audacity, hit record, and it just records right there. And you can see all the wavelengths going, and you can just record straight onto the Audacity. Some other programs you can use to record, Riverside. I think they partner with Spotify.
Right.
They have a similar to StreamYard, X number of hours for free.
And you use Riverside.
I use Riverside. I use Riverside now. For pennies, I paid for the upgrade. I think it came out to I'll double check the number. It's like $12 a month.
Right.
But it lets us. It helps with Audacity. Sometimes you have to learn how to adjust the levels a little bit. Riverside, beauty of them is they have the feature that auto adjusts the levels. So if you're not comfortable, Audacity is super user friendly.
Right.
It really is. I can handle it.
Yeah.
If I can do it, trust me, you can do it.
Mm.
But if you want, if you can, again, it's on a budget. You don't have to pay the $12.
Yeah, you can do the free version.
Right? But as you continue on your journey, you're going to figure out where you're willing to put some of those, some extra money into it. Maybe you're like, I'm not good at the editing thing. Let's go ahead and just
editing is the part that just sucks my soul out. I'm willing to pay the $12 so I don't have to do it.
Right. The editing aspect on this on Riverside is nice because it gives you a full transcription, and you can highlight the words on the transcription, hit delete, and it will auto edit that piece out.
Right.
So instead of trying to listen and you're trying to click and you're trying to drag it to figure out where you want to cut it, boom.
And is that the one that also cuts out like the gaps?
Yeah. Be careful of that, guys. There's some AI features to it where it'll cut down on some of your pauses, filter out some of the words, and try to clean it up. But if you rely too much on it, it gets really, really choppy soundy. Because you have those natural pauses and you're taking them out, and it kind of just jumbles together a little bit. So those are 3 different ways that you can use to record.
Right.
Super easy. They're all free. Obviously, you could pay for upgraded versions of them.
But the basic package is free.
I didn't pay for anything for the first year and a half.
Yeah.
Like, I only recently paid for Riverside.
You're dipping your toe in like
Right.
the premium services.
But 100% Audacity for the first 100 episodes. All right. Hosting sites. So after you record it, it's downloaded. You have your MP3 WAV file. Where do I put it? 100% the best place you can go is Spotify. Spotify is free for all podcasts. Like, you don't have Spotify bought Anchor, which was an old hosting platform. I used to put it on SoundCloud, but SoundCloud was charging me like $100 a year.
Right.
Everything. I could probably add another tab picture on here too of the 4 podcasts that I have, so people can be like, "Well, I have 4 podcasts. I have my 2 and JJ's 2."
Right, and they're all
in one place. It's super user friendly. You just have to sign up and hit start new podcast. It's that easy. Maybe I'll go in and start a new one and have the screenshots of what it looks like.
Yeah.
Like, I promise you, it's literally that easy. All right. I'll get some screenshots. But as far as hosting, you can go wherever you want. There's a handful of other sites. The one I use, again, we're on a budget. I like Spotify.
Right.
It's for the most. It's everything that I need. It does all the
most
analytics.
bang for no buck.
Yeah. If you use the Riverside, because they partner with Spotify, once you have finished editing your episode, you can instantly upload it from Riverside straight to Spotify. Super, super easy, guys. Just because you're doing it on a budget doesn't mean you can't do it. It has to be hard. Stuff's super easy nowadays. How much is all this going to cost? Well, so far, let me see what the next slide was. How much is it going to cost? So we're going to be like, hey,
so far,
$50 recorder or microphone.
Or your free phone.
It
could be anything from $0 to $50.
3 free recording StreamYard, Riverside, and Audacity. That's so far free.
Yeah.
So far, your total investment right now, $50. $50 to $100, if that.
Right.
But here are some other sites that are also free. I use all of these.
Right.
Like, this presentation is being done on Canva. For free. Like, I for 2 years, people, I spent more on the postcards than I have on the entire podcast setup. Canva is free. The PowerPoint, is this. The Render Forest has a free aspect of it, where it lets you take the audio and make the beginning intro screen music video thing. That was done on Render Forest because I needed it to take my podcast and turn it into a video so I could put it on YouTube.
Right.
So that one here. This one you might have to, depending on how long your podcast is, This one you might have to get an upgrade on, but there are templates, music visualization templates that record up to like 30 minutes. So for whatever reason, I felt like I had to go to an hour. So I needed to upgrade so I had a little bit more variety.
Does it limit you? Could you like cut it up into 30-minute spots?
I could. Well, Canva limits me to 30-minute. Trust. I like where you're at. You guys, you just started a podcast. What kind of logos? Boom. Bing image generator, man. You just type in your prompt. What kind of logo? Gnomes in a pocket, and you'll get all kinds of.
Oh yeah.
I guess AI is amazing right now, guys. Like I know it's taking over the world, but I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazingly free too.
Right? It's crazy. Again, StreamYard, OBS. Once you get some more experience, and you want to expand into live streaming, gaming, or anything like that, OBS is a totally free thing. Mm-hmm. This one's obviously going to take some more equipment, but not much, and a little bit more time on YouTube on how to handle it. But I got there eventually. And then we have now we've got you to a place where we've given some suggestions and some ideas. And obviously for $50, you can literally start podcasting today.
Yeah.
Like absolutely today. You can go buy a digital recorder, you connect the stupid thing into your computer, and you put it on Audacity, you do some auto adjusting, and you just sign up on Spotify. I am done at 2:30. You can come sit with me right now. I'll record 10 minutes with you, and I will get you set up on Spotify.
Right.
10 minutes after that.
Yeah.
Like that's how easy it is. Now, as you start podcasting and you start publishing stuff, you're going to find people reaching out to you, offering promotion help.
Right.
You're going to get, they're going to come out of nowhere. They see that you're a new podcast, and they're going to offer you thousands of downloads and views and subscriptions.
They're looking for people with low subs, low views, low video count, because they know that's kind of for people who don't know the business yet.
Right. I have been scammed a half a dozen times. I wanted to help promote the podcast. What I have found, most of these people, maybe not scammers, but they're not 100% truthful of what they do. I did get the views and the downloads, but the problem is it was only for one episode.
Right.
And it was only for 3 days. They're not sustainable numbers.
Right. You need to, one, just not trust these people.
Right.
But two, read exactly what they say they're going to do.
Right.
And don't trust them because
hey, and if anybody out there, if you're a social media marketer, I'd love to talk to you. There are people who do good work, but they're very expensive.
Yes, if somebody's offering to do something for free or for a very, very low cost, it's probably a scam.
You have people from Fiverr or Upwork. This is what they do: is they it seems like they run some kind of like click farm where you need the views, and all they're doing is just refreshing the screen and clicking, and then you got your views. Right. It looks good in the beginning, but as you watch the analytics free on Spotify, you realize it's just one episode and it's not sustaining.
Right. So
you get the spike, but the 5,000 people that tuned in, none of them listened to your show.
Right.
It is a very daunting in the beginning because it's not going to pick up, but you got to do it for you.
Right. You can't be desperate for the views and for the growth.
Right.
Especially to the point of like talking to these sorts of people. Right. They're not there to support you, and they're doing this because they can get you to pay for it and turn around and get somebody to pay for it. And if they have to pay anybody back, then that's just one little drop in the
Right.
bucket of what they're actually
Right.
making.
In my opinion, it is a better investment that starting today, you start podcasting, get some episodes out there, get some content, do it once a week. That's 50 episodes. You guys come back with me next year. Take the money that you would have put into these promotion scams, save that money, talk to AJ, do your own panel next year. The money that you would do for me to be here is a significantly better investment than me trying to fight all these people on the internet trying to boost my score, my numbers, but they're not boosting anything.
Yeah, if anything, just
like I get more out of the 100 of you guys here today than every other promotion I've ever done.
right.
Like
I would say like just don't. If anyone's coming to you, maybe don't trust it.
Right.
And if you need a social media manager or you feel like you're at a point where you're willing to spend money on it, then you should seek out somebody
Right.
and look at their reviews,
100%.
make sure they don't look like AI scam bots.
Right.
Say, this person's great.
Um,
The same way you would like look at something on Amazon.
yes.
You there's like fake reviews on Amazon all the time.
Yeah.
But you can kind of just tell, right? So you would just look for the negative reviews
Right.
and see what they said. If they look like cheesy negative reviews of a Karen, then it's probably okay. But if it's a bunch of people saying, God, this guy scammed me,
Right.
then maybe be careful on where you invest.
Right. Now, because like we've been doing this for 2 years, I've seen the scams. I've dealt with it. Again, we do everything on a budget because we do all of our episodes at a kitchen table.
Literally, yeah. Either my kitchen table or your kitchen table.
I got a kitchen table in my living room that we podcast off of. If you guys have questions, reach out to me. Whimsy, I'm just trying to build my brand a little bit. We want to become a podcast network of Whimsy Studios. Reach out to us. Sign up for Patreon. Sign up for the free. Ask your questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions. I'll create a special a Q&A message board on there for you guys where you guys can just ask your questions and I'll be happy to give out some advice.
Yeah, our advice is free. We're willing to help you guys start out and push yourselves into the podcasting verse.
It can be, you could get discouraged because the numbers aren't where you want, or you don't think it's good, or the scammer got you for $100, couple $100.
Well, that's another thing that's kind of free is confidence in
Yes.
yourself, because don't defeat yourself because you think you're bad, and don't think that because somebody's not listening that means you're bad.
We're here today because we want to surround ourselves with people who want to be creative, who want to try something different and tell your stories. That's why we're here. We want to help you guys, to let you know that whatever obstacles that you have, they can all be overcome. You have your phone. You can start on your way home, little Jimmy. You could literally just hit record, and you can talk to mom and dad about your trip today. You can save it, email it to me. I'll have it up with by tomorrow. Like, that's how easy this whole thing is. But the Patreon, sign up for the free one. There'll be there's a new tier level on there where I'll be offering to produce your own show, 2 30-minute episodes per month. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to talk about, it's your show.
Yeah, if you find yourself overwhelmed with the idea of editing, I know that for me, not much of like a computer person, so I like when Ben edits episodes.
Like, I wish you used to see how I used to do it on the on Audacity. To be fair, I found a couple of like little hacks to get it where I was comfortable with. There's a lot of this Control A, what was it? Control A, compress, amplify, and then I had to like take out and delete some stuff and add in the intros and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm here as a support because I didn't always have somebody that I can ask questions to.
Right.
So, I've done a lot of the extra research. I'm not the best, but you've seen like I'm here. I'm here.
You're not the best, but you don't need Sean White to teach you how to snowboard. Like, we're good.
Ming Chen says we're one of his favorite podcasts. You give me a chance, we'll give you a chance, and everybody here follow. And if little Jimmy wants to start a little podcast, you'll find it on the Patreon. We'll promote it. Let's work together. Let's build a village.
If mom or dad wants to start a podcast,
absolutely.
I think it's really important sometimes with our parents. They feel like they're disconnected from things, and maybe that people don't want to hear what they have to say. Right. Interesting to hear stories from people like that.
Well, and it's funny because it's like whatever your podcast is, whoever you're sitting next to, whoever you brought to Fan Fusion with you this week, that's your first guest, your first two guests. Like we already have it done.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you have mom, you have dad, you have grandma, you have the first 3 episodes done.
Right. We started out was
they don't understand Minecraft. Explain it to them.
Explain it to them. Ask them what they would find interesting about it.
Like what kind of thing?
What did they play with when they were kids?
Right.
How can that be connected to Minecraft?
Right. You have sleepovers. You have friends. Bring them over. Like you guys can do whatever you like. That's the beauty. It's the Wild West right now.
Right.
Like, there's nothing governing.
I want to hear the Giggling Girls podcast.
Right?
Like the sleepover podcast.
The 25 minutes of
and then something.
No, you say something. No,
we're gonna call him Math Class. He said that he'd like to take me out sometime.
Stop it.
Stop.
I love it. But yeah, I think, and then I think that one's just Whimsy too. Boom, Whimsy. And then we can Q&A. What were some of your questions that you guys have?
So we're at 47 minutes for the other one.
Yeah.
So we're at like 40 minutes for this one.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad. And we got time for people to talk.
Right.
And if we need to, whip out that fucking gauntlet, bro.
We got some gauntlets, man.
I'm gonna write some backup gauntlet questions just in case.
100%. Very soon, going into year 3, I have the template done, and we're gonna make a deck of cards. I think I need 54 or 72.
Those are very, very random numbers.
Fucking dude, I have no idea how they came up with this, but they're gonna be like legit, like playing cards. Like they're not gonna be the full bicycles, but they'll be same kind of
like the community chess cards in Monopoly.
But yeah, I'm going to play with some of the numbering, get some instruction manuals. So hopefully we have Whimsy Gauntlet Series 1 that you guys can play at home by yourselves.
There's got to be a good system. Is this a dice game? Are you going down a thing and you hit a 7, so you have to pull a 7 card?
Oh.
And if you don't answer it, you have to go all the way back?
So you get the original game where you just answer questions, but then there's the add-on in which now there's a board game and dice.
Yeah, and you have to answer so if somebody keeps getting ones, they're going to make you far.
All right. I like it. But those are the 2 presentations. For the most part, pretty good.
I think so. I think I can see it naturally being an hour, and I don't find anything about it. I think the first one's easier for me to talk about.
Yes.
But I feel like I can contribute to the second one too. And it makes me feel a little bit better as I know that Liam would also have trouble talking about the second one.
Make him do it.
He'd be like, yeah, just get your dad to pay for it. Hey, whoa. What? Write that down, guys. Write that down. Get your dad to pay for it.
Fair, that's the best. That would have been the best Whimsy.
Oh my god.
And then and I think what I've found especially is I think we're both good enough that I can lead you in. I can involve you in
right. You can, and I'm making some notes so I can pretend like I know what I'm talking about and be like, oh yeah, wow.
You can throw out a couple anecdotes and then like you tee it off back over to me.
And I'll be like, oh yeah, Spotify's completely free. Isn't it completely free? Wow.
I I also have Spotify.
I also have Spotify, not for podcast reasons.
Okay. I'm gonna clean. So I got we got 2 weeks, so I'll clean it up
Yeah.
this week. I'll trim down the history of Whimsy.
Right.
I'll print out copies of everything, so
Okay.
that way you and I. Part of me.
So
was
do you
like,
want to do like a dry run through next weekend then, and then we could just like.
Yeah.
I don't want to overdo it though, because I like fresh vibing.
Right.
I like. It's okay. Kelly was very, very concerned about us not talking yet about what we were gonna say. No, she was very concerned.
She's like,
And-
"You guys are gonna do what in 2 weeks?"
It's like it's 2 weeks away. You guys haven't talked about it yet. I'm like, I'm sure we're gonna talk about it tonight. But
She's like, "Do you even know what you guys are talking about?" You're like, "Oh, superheroes."
I used to do like speeches in high school as part of like a leadership thing. And I would literally write less than what I've written on these 2 pages and just hope I can go on vibes. Didn't always work. But
I didn't want to go. There's an old PowerPoint. There's like PowerPoint rules. What was it? No more than like 7 words per slide, and then your fonts are no bigger than 24, and no more than like 3 or 4 bullet points. So I try to keep the slides for the most part simple,
because you don't want it to be too crowded and too much information, and you don't want them reading and
Right.
not listening to you.
or me sitting there trying to read. Like, good Lord.
Well, then that'll take us to the hour mark at least. First slide.
But I thought they flowed very nicely.
Yeah.
Obviously the budget one is a little bit easier because it's really only down to 3. There's only 3 role points to it.
Right.
But yeah, the other one I thought was I liked. We're good with the Ming Chens.
Just a little grate off the end a little bit.
Oh, I love it, man.
Oh.
No,
No,
but
wait,
the-
no,
the-
great.
the-
Yeah,
the-
not the one with not the 100 episode one.
Oh,
the other
man.
one.
I like it, man. I think it's funny. Hopefully he stops and he's like, motherfucker.
And like, probably the people on Sunday have not seen our other.
And hopefully they do. At the
Then
same
they're
time.
gonna be so
You're like-
funny to watch and watch the Ming Chen video again.
Dude, I'll point them out to him. Be like, you were here on Friday. The first 12 minutes were exactly the same. Hey, you want to do something on a budget? Just recycle.
Listen, we got some candy for you. Just eat up.
Yeah, all right. And I like that we're both very comfortable to with gauntlet questions and picks. Be like,
Yeah.
let's start handing shit out. I'll double check. I'll go through everything that I have. We'll get a small inventory
Right.
of what we got. But we got 500 postcards coming. They have the you saw the drawing that Kelly made,
Yes.
the comic. So that's almost I sent that. I literally just sent that script to Kit. So that's on the front, and on the back it has 8 QR codes for the podcast website, Patreon, YouTube, and 2 of Kit's. So people be like, hey, everybody, start scanning away.
Yeah, definitely good to give away some picks. Though I would love to see somebody.
We do a yearbook at the end of the year, and in it we'll have a section for all the different picks of where picks is at. So
Right.
make sure you guys tag us. Chasing the Whimsy on whatever platform. I think it would be
Instagram,
fun.
whatever it is.
Eventually, I want to get to a point where I'm like, I would love picks to be in all 50 states.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Get a map and be like.
So far, we only have our state. It's our state.
There's in Alaska. I got some Alaskas.
Who is in Alaska with picks?
Mark.
Really?
Yeah. Hold on. Who else?
How do we not have New Jersey?
Oh,
Yo,
you're
we're
going.
gonna be in New Jersey.
Courtney has a couple of Michigans, and Rhiannon had some Montana.
Yeah, we're gonna be in New Jersey and Florida though.
There you go.
Fix it up.
Kelly showed me the app of you go on and it'll tell you the full trajectory of a plane, the path that the plane is traveling. So she just needs to do it live, right? So as your plane flies over each,
does airspace count as being there?
Like out the window, she's like, boop, that is the.
Well, I mean, if I fly over Nebraska, have I been to Nebraska?
I don't.
This is a question for philosophers.
I don't know, but it's gonna count. She's like, yeah, look, we're right here. I am gonna make sure we get some extra pictures out there because I definitely think, in the idea, I don't know how many people we're gonna see. There's a chance we see 50 people total for the 2 days, which is totally fine. Of everything that we've done up to now, being in front of somebody and showing them, I think is going to be a way better return on investment,
right?
Than the whatever online promotions I was doing.
And it's a lot better to share the Whimsy universe, and maybe people will join it.
I just love the idea that like the next JJ or Ben or whatever is just needed this little push to be like, why not?
Yeah, people need to engage with art, and I feel like there's people who think that they can't draw or sculpt or do something like that, and they think, oh, I can't do anything creative. But this is something creative that anybody can do, literally anybody.
So I think it's going to be fun, which is going to put us in a really good spot for when we go to Tucson. So we'll just do it again
for Tucson.
It's going to be fun. So I like the idea that we get these 2 down.
Dude, Tucson is going to be so much fun.
Dude, it's going to be a blast.
I'm so psyched.
I just like the idea that over the next like 2 or 3 years, you and I will come up with like next year for Fan Fusion, we'll come up with maybe one extra. We'll drop budget and we'll pick a different one, and then we have like an arsenal of like what kind are we going to? Be like, oh, let's use this one and this one. Like we can like customize,
right?
Like, maybe they don't need superheroes at BookCon, so we're gonna do whatever this one is,
right? And we'll be like talking about a book on a podcast.
All right, so. Hour 37.
You did put something in my mind, though, going page by page through Lord of the Rings.
How many pages?
This is my 1,000 episode podcast, but every episode's only like 10 minutes.
Dude, I love it, man.
Here's the title page. As you can see, there's Dwarvish runes scrolled up.
You know that people would listen to it.
Maybe.
You a bunch of you wackos out there.
Wackos, really?
It'll be fun. So we'll do a dry run in front of Kelly next week, and then we'll podcast how that goes.
Kelly will judge us.
Yeah, and then we'll
and she will see something that we're missing so bad. She's gonna see something. We're gonna be like, we should have thought about.
Dude, I'm gonna hate it when she's like, you misspelled this on the postcard. Like, no.
I'm gonna hate when she's gonna be like, why don't you talk about this? We're like, that's brilliant.
Scrap the whole thing.
F you.
AJ, we need an extra. But it's gonna be a good time, I think.
Yeah.
I thank you guys all for hanging out, listening to our walkthrough of the presentation. I will. Courtney's coming with us. I'm gonna have her record both panels.
Okay.
And depending, we'll get there early on Friday. I'll definitely be there early on Friday, and then I'll look at the setup and might try to live stream it. I don't know yet, but if not, Courtney will have an extra backup copy of it. But we got multiple cameras. We're gonna be, dude, it's gonna be a crazy time. We're gonna have a blast.
I'm excited. Whimsy.
Boom boom.